Hello, hello. Good evening. It is Nemi Batstone here with Nemi's Crafty Cafe in Cooks Creek, Manitoba, just 20 minutes northeast of Winnipeg, Manitoba. And it is another weekly Facebook Live. So welcome to my little shop. It is a little chilly today, so I've got my bomber sweater on, even though CFL is now done. Got my mojo here to keep me warm, so it's just tea, nothing fancy. Oh, excuse me, I just choked up. And one sip. My apologies. And so today is our last of my Christmas card series. It's the 4th of 4, so I'm super excited about that. So I'm just going to make sure we're all set up here and that I can see you and my comments, things like that. There we go. Volume seems to be working. So if you're there, don't forget to say hello, because when you say hello, then I know you're there. Facebook records how many hits I get and how much engagement is going. And then it also lets me know whether or not you can hear me. So that's also critical and important. So again, it is the 4th of my Christmas series. So usually I've been doing mostly like 2 to 3 cards and then a craft fair project. I do have a craft fair project, but I thought I would save that one for my Wednesday's inspiration. Because I didn't, well, usually I do a color inspiration, a color combo, and I do a sketch. And then we do mystery stamping on the Monday, and then we solve it on the Wednesday. And then my last one I wanted to do as a free tutorial. So I've been improving and switching up my newsletter to give you as much as information and inspiration as I can. So if you have any feedback or anything you would like to share, then please do so. Either post it in the comments or DM me, and I will make sure I continue to improve my newsletter for you, because really I love sharing with you, and sending you my newsletter is just another way to be able to share ideas and to help you create and use up your Stampin' Up! Products. So if you're not part of my newsletter, I believe I put it in the top there, a link so that you can subscribe, and then I send them out 3-4 times a week, and usually every other day. I try not to bombard you and make sure they are informative, so I hope you do enjoy them. I'm just going to fix my ink pad here. It's driving me a little crazy because it's kind of slant. Okay. Okay, so while we wait for a couple more people to come on, like I said, I have a little card box that'll hold about, anywhere from 5 to 6 cards. So it's great for craft fairs, and I'll share that as a tutorial and pictures on Wednesday. I also have today 3 to 4 cards I want to share with you featuring the Joy of Christmas suite. So that is ready to go, and we're going to create those. So today's class might be a little longer because it is my last, but if you need to hop off, by all means go ahead. I know it's Sunday night. You probably want to get prepped and ready for the week, or maybe you're doing that while you're watching me, which is fantastic. Thank you very much. But I didn't do my monthly card club because I had so many offers going on right now, including my adhesive Black Friday sale. So it's buy 5, get 1 free. So if you need to restock your adhesive, buy 5 of the same, get a 6th one free, or pick a whole combination of 5 and then I'll give you a 6th one free. So send me a message if you would like that. And as well, yesterday we did a no frills crop, and then I spent the day creating a whole bunch of memories and more cards. So I think I did 15. So I've been sharing these with you as well through my Christmas card series. So I'm going to come back this Wednesday and give you a walkthrough of the cards I made. So if you have the very cute memories and more cards, and along with the cards and envelope, I have a whole bunch of ideas for you that you can use to create with for and use up those packs as well. And then, of course, at the end of the month of December, I have my card cafe and craft sale. So a few people have been asking me about that. And the craft sale is likely going to be at my home because trying to find a reasonable and affordable place to set up all my stuff that I need to sell is not easy. So I will be, the way it's going to work is I will have 2-hour time slots. So in that 2 hours, you'll be able to shop. And if you shop with me, then and clear out all my extra craft supplies, because I really need to get rid of them. Then I also have a little card cafe that you can make 3 cards from. So we're featuring the So Sincere stamp set. Hopefully I will have my other stuff here too from the celebration and the new mini, so you can get a sneak peek of that as well. So VIPs, which are usually my customers and my team, will have access to the sale first, and then the rest will be open to general public. But you do have to register because my driveway can only hold so many and my house can only hold so many people as well. So stay tuned. That will be on my website as well as my newsletter. So make sure you sign up so you get the information and the registration link. And also I've been getting questions about when is the next in-person retreat. And the next in-person retreat is March 1st to 3rd. The registration will be going out to those who have registered with me before, and we'll get first dibs. And then if there's any seats available, then I will publish it. So you may or may not see it because I've had lots of questions. So I'm hoping it sells out before I have to publish it. So just giving you a heads up. But so those who have will first get first dibs. So again, thank you for joining me. So let's get started because we have some intense cards to make, some techniques to share, but lots of great fun. So don't forget to say hello. And if you want to join my newsletter, it's up top. Or maybe you want to, you're inspired by all my creations and maybe you want to come learn more for free. And get some more stuff on the side that you can get at a discount, or just hang out with me and my team and my community by just buying a starter kit. Okay, so let me flip you and get started here. Okay, so it just takes a quick second to set up. So while I'm setting up, you can see my host code there. So if you order with me this week, you will receive today's card kit to go. So that also includes everything, like all the die cuts for you as well. I'll cut everything for you. And oh, I'm a little crooked. Sorry. I've been having a bit of trouble with my stand here, so it does move up and down, so I will try and do it like this. Okay, so I think I'm okay. So that is my host code for the week, and anybody that orders from today until Saturday will receive a kit with these 4 cards. I know I didn't ship last week's yet. I apologize. It's just, thank you so much for ordering. So there was quite a few, and I'm just finishing up the last few. I work full time, so, you know, I do this as my jobby. So finding time to get them made without expecting to get that many extra kits was a little bit, I had like 3 or 4 prepped, and obviously I need to prepare more. So I am working on getting those done for you. So thank you very much, and they will be in the mail this week. Upcoming events, don't forget my Friday sale. Today's the last one. I'll be back on Wednesday to share with you my memories and more card designs. And then I have a Zoom for anybody that's placed their order in the last, during the, during the sale. So, and my team. And if you're part of my team, you're part of my community, then you get to join via Zoom for free. That's just a benefit I always like to do for my little community. So make sure you get the starter kit and you can join us. As mentioned earlier, craft sale and card cafe. And then January 4th, I have a celebration kickoff and lots more fun coming. Okay, so let's get started. Today's cards highlight the joy of Christmas. And the joy of Christmas Sweet Collection is currently obviously on sale or is leaving us. So I just want you to know that the Joy of Noel is leaving, and these ones are being discounted. So if you want to save more and you really like this, you should get the bundle now. Both bundles, because I did the math on them. Even though these dies are on sale, it's actually cheaper to still buy the bundle. There's already, so the paper, the DS Designer Series paper I'm sharing with you today is sold out, but I bought lots extra in hoping to do my monthly card club for November with it. So I have lots, so you would get a sampling of that in your kit. So don't think that you won't, you'll miss out. So if you order this week, your card kit will have the pieces to make what we're making today. And then I will not be using the Holly and Gems. The vanilla is carrying over, so don't worry. If you want to save money, don't worry about it. You will see it next year, so don't panic if you don't get that. Or don't rush if you need to save a few bucks. Okay, so let's get started. So the first card I wanted to share with you today was this one. And most of the cards are featuring the Joyful Specialty paper, which is this one here. And it is one of my favorites. It comes with, you've seen it by many other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, I'm sure, that others that you follow. But it has the green shaded spruce plaid, the cherry cobbler with the gold. And then it has the musical notes. And then I believe the fourth one is the gold shimmery, which is this one there that has the wood green look to it. So most of the cards today will feature those, and so will the box that you will see on Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday via my newsletter, not Facebook Live or YouTube. Okay, so we're gonna make this one, and this one has a crumb cake base. So your kit will come like this with all of your pieces already made in it. It just saves time, and then that way you will get things ready. And then, where is it? I thought I had it set already. My apologies, just give me a second here. So, whoa. Lost the card already. Ugh. I cleaned up, so I moved things around, and now I don't know where anything is. So you will need a blending brush and some crumb cake ink, so a little bit of a technique in here, and then some cherry cobbler ink to go along with that. So let's get this one quickly put together. It's not a very difficult card, but it's just fun. So we have our card base that's already folded. Now I just wanted to show you that I made my sample card this way, portrait, and we're gonna do today's in a tent form, which is up and down more. So it just has a different opening, and I find that when your cards are like this, they tend to stand better when you send them or when you gift them to somebody versus the tent version this way. So, you know, you have, it's the same equal amount of space it takes up on somebody's display, but if they want to display it, but I do like that that fits better on there. Okay, so to get this card made, all we have is a piece of cherry cobbler that is a 1/4 inch smaller than your standard. And then this is your standard card base. Now, if you don't know how to read musical notes, it does get confusing. So I made sure each one has a treble clef in there. So then that way you don't accidentally go upside down. Because if you do go upside down, you can also tell by the tails on the notes they're facing the wrong way. But just in case, it's easy to make that mistake. So this goes over top. So we're pretty much left with about an 1/8 or 1/16 of an inch all around. Now, it doesn't matter which one of these goes on top because we're just gonna cover it with the gold anyway. So let's get that base down. So if you have any questions or comments, please do place them in here. And I do have a question because this is my last of my Christmas series. And I would probably say that your last chance to order Stampin' Up! Product will, in time for Christmas, is December 8th. But to mail cards on time, I would probably say the 11th would be the last day to get any cards out. So we're already into December next week. So my question for you, and feel free to just place the answer in the comment, is whether or not you want me to share some more card designs that, you know, are Christmas themed, or if you want me to share card designs that are more in general, like all occasions. Or do you want to see some of the sneak peeks from the new catalog? Because I will have those, so then we can start creating with those as well. Then you'll know what to get in the new year. But I do like to kick that off in the new year anyway. So I just wanted to share that with you. Also, you will see this week. So yeah, there's like 5 more Sundays in December. So just let me know what you want me to inspire you with so that I can help plan my Facebook Lives for December. I have ideas, but you may want something else. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for joining me. And thanks for organizing and booking our No Frills crop yesterday. That was a lot of fun. It was fun to just hang out and get projects done. I think that's the first time I've ever been to a crop and I've actually made 16, 17 cards. It's like, wow. I'll be starting my December daily. Maybe that's what I should share with you, is how to create a December daily. And it is so cute. I'm super excited about it. So there's our card base, really simple. So what we did was we used a strip of gold and I cut it down to 4 3/8. No, I lied, 4 1/8, sorry. Just to get the right width there. Now you could also go to the edges of the cherry cobbler and it would just look like it's ribbon. But I just wanted to cover up that seam and give it a nice clean look there, although they have the edges. So now we're just going to take some crumb cake. Yeah, no problem, anytime. Anything for you, my friend. So we're just going to take some crumb cake. And because it just feels a little raw or rough around the edges, and we're just going to soften up these pieces by rubbing on or blending with the brush some crumb cake. Oh, my tea might spill here. So I'm just going to take a quick sip because I don't want it to spill, because it's shaking the table. Oh, and I have more exciting news. Apparently, Valley Fiber is coming on Tuesday. That's our in-ground cable internet provider for those of you who do not live in Manitoba. And hooking up, well, I got a little piece there, but I don't really care. I like the little looks there. And hooking up our new internet. So I'm super excited because I have not been able to stream software or anything like that live. And because I just don't have enough bandwidth being in the country. Like, I'm in a very, very small town. So there's not much options out here for internet. Not a big city. So you can see we did some blending and now it just softens up the edges a bit on that one. And then, oh, I forgot to cut the cherries. That's what I forgot to do. And then we're going to do some stamping. So we're just going to pull out the stamp set, which is the Joy of Noel. And it has this Making Spirits Bright. I love this because you can cut out all the, these are the 2 reasons I took it. So, or why I bought this stamp set. So we're just gonna, what did I need? Oh yeah, that one. I'm like, what did I need? Okay, so we're just gonna grab our Making Spirits Bright, tap that, just do a quick test. Yep, looks good. And then I'm going to try and center that without getting my head in the camera. So it's always harder to do when I'm slanted. So hopefully this worked okay. Okay, not bad. Sweet. And get our chamois and clean that off before I get it all over myself. I'm going to close that up. And then we're just going to glue this to the middle. Now you can also put dimensionals on it, but I usually like to try and stick to, if I'm mailing something, I like to stick to only one layer of dimensionals just to make sure I can get standard mail. So we're just gonna do that. And now we have our centerpiece. And in your kits, we have a few sprigs and a vellum sprig. Now these dies come from a couple, this one, from the classics, Christmas classics. So I used these two dies plus these two, and then this one for the vellum. So those are not in the Joy of Noel. And then I'm just gonna take my adhesive here and just run a little strip along each side so that I have a spot to adhere. Oops, I kind of went past, so I'll just tuck that in. Don't know how or why I did that, but well, I guess we all know how. I didn't line it up properly to the edge. There we go. And then that just helps me get this lined up better. So I just took my vellum and just tuck that in there along the back. Now I don't want it too high because then I don't want it coming off my card. And then just put the gold on the other side, right in between. It just gives it a little bit of oomph. And then this one on the side. So you could do 2 vellum pieces or different colored pieces if you like. And then that just pops on the front with some dimensionals, or as we like to call them, Pop-Tarts. My little group and I have like little nicknames for, you know, some of the tools and products, mostly the tools, just because of just mishaps of, you know, you're crafting and you can't think and you just say funny things. That's what's going on. So we call them Pop-Tarts, was the funny name we came up with. Okay, there we go. Now I just realized I forgot to cut my berries, so I'll make sure those are in your kits. And then all we do is glue this on top. So since my Seal Plus is here, I'll just use that. You don't need a lot, but if you're the type that likes to have it going all the way around, then by all means, go ahead. But I don't believe you need that much tape or glue, I should say, adhesive. I believe it goes a long way. So we've used 2 adhesives, and now you just need to pick out 3 more and then a free one. But Seal Plus is one of my favorites. It's like double-sided tape in a roll, or like soup wang if you want. And for the inside, I didn't do much. I like crumb cake as is because you can still write on it, which is fantastic. And these are the gems that I also provide anybody that actually places a $65 or more order this month. And this is the backed sparkle gems. And I love the colors because you have the gold, you have the black, and the silver, or the silver, yeah, for the clear. So I just grabbed a few of these and stuck those. If I can pick it up, maybe I just need my other end there. And I used the big ones on the big ones here, and then the little ones over here. Now, like I said, I forgot to do my berries, so we got time. Do we have time? We can make time. And we'll cut those out. And then this one goes there. Can't believe I forgot the berries. Okay, so let's grab some cherry cobbler scrap. It won't take long because the beauty of this one is there's 2 of them in the kit. So there's 2 of the cherries. So all we have to do is, so when I put these in your kit, I usually stick them to a Post-it note. So then that way you don't lose them. Because they get lost in the kits. They do, let me tell you. So we're just gonna get the mini out. Now this might move around too much because I don't have a grip mat underneath my hard mat. So we're just gonna run this through the paper trimmer. And then I'm just gonna reverse it back so I can easily grab it without reaching on the other side and ruining the view. And then, there we go. There are our cherries. Get that out of the way and put these back on my magnetic sheet. And then what I did was, I know it sounds crazy, but don't worry, I'll cut them for you. We'll take these and grab my good scissors, my paper snips, and we're just gonna cut these into little circles. So this one has because they're joined together, they're not really full circles. So I'm just making them into better circles, per se. Come on. They're so small and my fingers are too fat. But don't worry, these will be cut for you. But then you just use your take your pick tool. It makes life so much easier. Just go around like so. And then we'll grab our other one here. And I'll clean this up. There. Okay, so now we have our 6. Just put my tools back because you know what? If I don't, I will lose them. It's always what happens. Oh, need my... need some mini glue dots. So I'm just gonna pick these up with my tool, with my take your pick tool, stick a mini glue dot underneath, pick that up. Oh, wrong card. That's the finished one. And stick these on here like so. So the end that has, say I cut it a little too flat or whatever, that's fine. Because we can just take that end and make sure it's at the stem. So then that way, ooh, I got a little bit of glue on there. So did anybody get any Christmas shopping done this week? It was Black Friday and yesterday was small business. So I should have, Kathy, I should have made you a little card to thank you for running a small business, local Dougal convenience store. So if you're ever in the neighborhood, check it out. Oops, I just popped. They got a great wine selection in there. Maybe you need some lotto tickets. You can pick those up too. Oops. Just trying to get that on there properly. And I apologize, my son gets really loud when he plays video games. So hopefully it won't come down here too much, but we haven't put all our doors on. But our kitchen's done, my tree is up, the dining table has been moved from upstairs to downstairs. The door, oops, exterior door or interior door or transition door between the garage and our front entrance is also installed. So it's a lot quieter, also warmer because the heat that comes off, because you know, garage, we have 2 garages, it's a double garage. So you don't get the double garage, you know, you don't get this perfect barrier to heat. So now that the door's there, it makes a huge difference. Anyway, there is, did I miss one? Oh, it fell off. Okay, I was wondering why I had glue on why I had glue still stuck, so on my take your pick tool, but it didn't stick. There we go. Ah, sticking to my take your pick tool instead. Okay, let's try that again. Now it's sticking to my nail. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Okay, we might have to add more. Hang on a sec. Definitely gonna need to add more adhesive now. So this is your third adhesive. So now you have, for buy 5, get 1 free. There's your 3. So we need a 4th, right? And a 5th. Okay, so there we go. There's our finished card. And you could put whatever you want on the inside, but I like to write lots, and there's 5 of us in our family. So I don't just put the Batstone family, I put all our names. So I pretty much need most of the card empty or blank so that I can then write our information, our names in there. I'm just trying to get that extra glue off there. Okay, so that's card number 1. I hope you really like that one. Let's go to clean up first. Do you clean up in between your projects? I have to ask that question. I don't normally, but on the Facebook Live, I have to because I will be a mess. So here's our second card, and it's the card that I shared with you on my Facebook Live. I made this one yesterday at No Frills Crop. So I think, and I hope I have all the pieces cut and ready to go. Just to, oh, I didn't do one because I wanted to show you how I did it. Okay, so this one is a little tricky. Not tricky for the avid stamper, but just tricky if you haven't done it before. But I had to create my own circle. And to create my own circle, I pretty much took 2 stylish shaped dyed circles and just balanced them together and die cut them together so I could create my circle like so. So then you get stuck with this little centerpiece, which then you can use for another card. So very similar to what I need to do here on this gold piece. Now you have 2 choices. What I did with this card was I took another smaller deckled die and stuck it on top and cut out the center, because this is a great tip and way to save, especially when you're using specialty foil or specialty paper, because then you don't waste. Because what happens is this piece ends up going over top like so, and no one's gonna see that. So you have like, what is this? 3 by 5, maybe 3 by 4.5 that you can easily use for another card or a scrapbook page, rather than just covering it up completely. So you can cut that out. So, and that is what I did here. So then that way I saved and I can reuse it. So let's get that deckled die. So here's the deckled rectangle dies, and I use the largest one. Now, you don't want to go with the one that actually fits exactly to this, because then you're just going to, well, you can, because then you're just dropping it in. But you want one slightly smaller. So I used the 3rd size, because this is the big one, or 2nd biggest. And then I went 2 smaller to cut that piece out. So I'll just put this back in so I don't lose it. So we're just gonna grab this one. I need the big shot because this is wider than 3.5, and I'll slide that over. Just bring you up a bit. So now we got the big emboss. I just called it the big shot. Oops. So this one's actually the Big Boss. Big Emboss and Cut Machine. So we're just going to put that right in the center there so that it's ready to be die cut. I know you can't fully see it. And then we're just going to put our piece. Oops, we got to make sure it's centered though. Because if it's not centered, then we can't cover it with the white. Okay. Just going to put my cover over top. And then we're going to run it. And you'll see it coming out on the other end there. Through the Big Boss. As you can see, my plates are very well used. And then now you get a frame. So you get that photo frame, which is no different than what we did with the circle. Okay, so now we have a piece that we can use for another card. And it doesn't go wasted. So we'll put this back in here so we don't lose it. And then I'll bring you back down again so you're not so far away. Okay. And now all we have to do is attach this to the front. See? So I'm just going to grab a little bit of my adhesive, my liquid glue, oops, and just run that along the edge. I mean, you could do it on the back of the white too. Just going to do that here. And I'm not too worried because we're going to stick this whole thing down to the front of the card anyway. Oops. And then we're just going to drop that over top like so. I got a little bit of glue sticking out there, so we're just going to wipe that off. And that is our card front. And then this is just going to, oh, I got some more there. There we go. I want to push that in as much as you can because then the gold loses its shine. So then this, because I got some gold on glue there, I'll put that there. So again, see, I don't worry too much if I missed because we're just going to add glue all to the back here. There we go. And then we'll just center that to the front, to the front of our card, like so, and then press. I'm just going to flip it over to press. Okay, oh, we should have stamped first. Oops. Okay, I'm going to get some of that glue, because if we don't stamp properly, now it's glued down. Okay, got some glue on there, and I think I got some glue on here as well. So I'm just going to change my mat, because I can feel it. I can feel the glue. So let's just flip it. Much better. There we go. That feels much better. I just need this as my marker because I know I'm going to lose my spot. Okay. That tells me where I need to be. Okay. So we're going to just stamp Tidings of Joy in this bottom corner. And hopefully I don't make a mistake. Right there. And this one's from the Christmas Classics. I love the play on fonts in this one. I'll just grab that with our block. Add some black Memento ink. I thought the black would look better than the red because we're already putting red up top. And we're just gonna stick that right there in the corner because our ring needs to go around it. Beautiful. Clean that off. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Okay, put that over there for now. I don't know if we need this one again. Okay, now our ring will now go right there. But before we do that, we need to stick on all our die pieces. So again, I have a couple pieces of foliage, these leaves, and then another piece here from the Joy of Noel dies, and a piece of vellum. And all we're going to do is add some glue there. Or you could use tear tape. Let's do that. I think it's wide enough. And it is just, I think it's just a little too wide. Okay, so we'll add some glue just in this little spot here. Or you could use mini glue dots. If you're more comfortable, you can take your mini glue dots, stick one on the end. I'm using some glue to help secure it. And then we're just gonna line that up right there where my glue is. There. So it follows that line a bit. And then we're going to take another one of the foliage here. Another glue dot. I don't want it to rip. And then we're going to stick that one underneath. Oops. Our glue dot fell off. Weird. Okay. And then this one. Then we'll add our piece of vellum. Shouldn't have fallen off. We'll use another one. Hands all sticky now. Like so. And then this one actually goes on top. So we have that little bit of a tail going. And it's okay if this one is showing a bit because we're just going to cover that up with our ribbon. And this one's right about there. So now you have this little group of foliage that will now hang here. And we'll just trim off whatever doesn't get used. Okay, so now you can add a little more fun in here by taking, let's see, we shall do a little bit of splatter. Where's our red markers? So I still have the old white markers. So you could take, what's this? Real red? Yep. So you can take real red and on the painted side, literally flick some color on there, like so. And then you get this little bit of splattering. So then when you put this on, you have a little bit of more background color showing there. It's not as white anymore. Okay. So now we're just going to take our glue and add some of this all around the ring. Like so. And then place that where we would like it to be placed. And then press down. Just have to hold it for a bit, just to let that glue settle. Maybe I didn't put enough. I should have. Try that again. On this side. There we go. Just hold that for a sec. There we go. You can also use mini glue dots, obviously. And then we have a little bit of extra here hanging off. So we're just going to cut that off. And there you go. So now I'm just going to take a glue dot again. Just a small one. Oops, lost it. And just make sure these ends are down. Just to hold it so it doesn't go flying. There we go. And now we just need some bling. So we'll pull out our bling again. Now this one I used some old retired just to see what it would look like. And we can add some black in there. We'll put our ribbon as well. Pick that up. Stick that there. And then grab, oops, grab another flying one over there. And that is our card, number 2. So there you go. Hi, Karen. How are you doing? Now, I did fussy cut and stamp the word joyous. And so now we're going to need some mini dimensionals. I have a package to drop off to you, Karen, so I will do that tomorrow. I meant to do it yesterday, but I forgot because, you know, I was on autopilot, just driving and turned home, and then I was already in Oak Bank and went, oh shoot, I forgot to deliver Karen's package. Because, you know, it's just not my normal routine at 10 o'clock at night. So then I was like, oh, I'll just do it on Monday on my way home from work. That just makes it easier. So this goes right about there. So joyous. And now we need some linen thread, which I thought I kept out, but I didn't. So let me grab some linen thread, which we have plenty of. Today was another 2-hour day of soccer, but it wasn't too bad because Bishop had a game and then Benjamin just had a practice. So, you know, we're done. It was done pretty quick. But the nice thing was, is that it was back to back. So we didn't have to lose time in between. So that was kind of nice. And then there's my bow. So I did a double bow. So you're like, why is there like 3 bows? Because little trick, you just fold your ribbon in half or your linen thread so that you can get a double bow. And then just trim that. Probably more than what I need, but that's okay. And then there's a glue dot there, but we'll just add another one just in case. Oh, it unraveled. Grab myself a glue dot, and that'll go right there on the tail. And we have our cards. There's your card number 2. So I hope you liked that one as well. And again, features a little bit of gold foil instead of the gold specialty paper, but it's a lot of fun. Now the inside, you'll get a sheet of white, and I just stamped it with Merry Christmas. And you can stamp it with whatever you like on the inside. Okay, last one. Last one, how are we doing for time? Ooh, impressive. Okay, well, I actually have 2. I actually have 2 more, so I can't seem to pick this one up. Okay, so this is our last, or my third one. It's stuck on the tray. Anyway, got it. Okay. Hope you like this one. I just need a sip of water here, or tea. Yum. Oh, it's so cold today. Okay. I'm done the laundry. So we still don't have the proper heating system. So you can't run the dryer and the fireplace at the same time, apparently. So I've been like freezing. So, I mean, it's warm in here actually. It's not that bad. But it would be nice to get that fire going. My husband's like, you have to wait till you're done laundry. And I'm like, great. I got one more thing to go in the dryer. So, waiting on that to finish up. Okay, so let's get this. So this is a fun fold that has lots of shine to it. and it opens up this way. And then I covered the back as well to just give it that little bit. And then you have room to write. It still stands up, so you don't have to worry about the recipient getting it and not being able to stand it up properly. So it does hold even though it only has one back. So you can see, oh, a little hard to see, but it does hold. So let me show you how I create this one. So we're gonna create the front piece first. And oh, we get to show you another new adhesive. So these are our adhesive sheets. And the sheets are great because they're dimensional sheets, so they're Pop-Tarts. And what's great about this set, right, is it has the dies that does all 4 at the same time. So you're pretty much cutting the whole thing at once, which is a bonus. So the NOEL are all together. And it stamps all at the same time. So that's what we've done here. So it's double-sided tape, and so your piece will look like this in the mail. And it's got the Noel cut in there, so you could just easily pop it off. And then it's got another sticky on the back. So it's like double-sided tape, like it's foam, same thing. And then we can put that on here. So, well, let's do that right now, since I'm sharing it. So I've already cut this die piece for you. So you just have to pop this out, and I ran it through the Big Boss. And we're just gonna get our letters out. So here's our N. There's our N. Then we need our O. So we don't need the center. So you can see it's very foamy. So this is adhesive number 4 that you can buy for my buy 5, get 1 free. The other one is Cling adhesive sheets, and they come in 6 by 12. So they're great for mini albums. They're great for turning anything into stickers. And they're also great. What else do I use? I mostly use it for my mini albums and for intricate dies. So there's our E, and last but not least, our O. Or L, sorry. Can't even know the alphabet. Jeez. There we go. There's our 4 letters. So this just lines up, and it's pretty tight. So you want to dry fit it pretty good first, so you get your spacing well. So I turned mine sideways so that I can see where it will go. And I did my 2 N's first, so my N and my L, and then what was ever left was in the middle. Now, if you don't press hard right away, you will have room to lift this up again. So I'm just lining it up, trying to center it pretty much to like the top of the die. And then I'm gonna do the same. So again, you just peel the backing off, and you get this nice foam fun sticker. And I'm gonna line that L at the bottom, and you wanna spell Noel properly. And now we have our E and our O. So now I'm gonna take this off. And my children are gonna make lots of noise while I'm doing my Facebook Live again, because they just don't know. So I'll apologize if you hear some racket in the background, because they have their earbuds on and they're chatting with their friends and don't realize I have my Facebook Live. Ha ha ha. Right? I'm sure some of you can relate. And there's my E. So now I can lift it up and go, okay, is it straight? Oh, I need to pull this one up a bit more. Just a smidge, like so. And there we have it. Noel. Look at that. So pretty. I love it. There we go. And then we need to make our base. So our standard, it's a standard card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 with a 1/4 inch smaller. So to make sure I get it right, what I like to do is take a piece of scrap paper, like photo paper, nothing fancy, right? Just scrap. You can see I'm using scrap. And we're gonna trim this down to 4 inches, because this is gonna be our template, by 5 1/4. Oh, this one's short. So let's get another piece. Let's try that again. We're gonna go 4 inches. We got lots of scrap. It's all good. By 5 1/4. So now I got some paper copy paper, which will, and you can see here, it fits perfectly on my sheet here with a 1/4 inch or an 1/8, whichever, all around. And then that will get me my pieces here, because I don't remember if I give this to you perfect, like at exactly 5 1/4. So we're gonna just stick these on. I'm gonna pull this off so you can see, because it's white on white. Not very visual. Move my sample out of the way. So we're gonna take this as our template, and we're gonna add our strips along the side. Okay, so you can take whichever adhesive you want. So I'm gonna use the liquid glue for now. And we've already shared, what, 4 different types of adhesive already. And we're gonna put that there. And then we're gonna do the same here. Okay, now our adhesive holds really well, so I'm not too concerned. But what I really like about the liquid is it gives me time to manipulate and maneuver this around. There we go. Now our white should overlap, and it does, and just fits and centers in the middle here. So before we do that, we're gonna stamp the inside. And I believe I stamped it with the same stamp, Tidings of Comfort and Joy. So we'll bring that one out again. Should have just kept it on the block, as I thought I should have, because I'm like, oh, am I using that one again? Yep. And we're gonna grab our cherry cobbler again. Oops. Oh, too sticky on this mat. So we pick that up. And I'm just gonna move this and use my grid lines to make sure I'm straight. Right about there. Excellent. And now we can stick this on here. So we're just gonna close this up because I'm gonna get it all over me. Again, we're just gonna use our liquid glue because I wanna be able to have the few seconds to make sure I'm centered. Add my initial in the middle. And that we're good. Yeah, that looks about centered. We're just eyeballing. I could use a ruler or grid paper, whichever. Make sure that's lined up. Flip it over. There you go. And now we can just trim off the excess of whatever's there. So, got a little bit here. So I'll trim that a bit. And then we'll trim off this. So I'm just using my glue scissors. Not my fancy nice one. These are my paper snips that have glue all over them. So I have my little jewel hanging out here that last retreat members got. Now, before we secure that, because we can't, we have to, this should be similar in width. Okay, we're good. We have to stick our piece here. So it's slightly bent. So you're gonna have about a 6-inch piece. And we want this one centered, like so, and folding over. So then that's what creates our little flap. So now we have this little piece here that we need to line up. And this is where I like to use my tear and tape, because this gold is gonna be our trim that's gonna hide that paper, white paper. like that. Or actually, it should go at the top. And then this is gonna sit over it, like so. We're gonna pull that up for now. I was doing a dry fit earlier. So now this is about a ½ inch thick. So what's really nice is our tear and tape is a 1/4 inch thick. So you can easily just run this along one end or one edge, like so. Now I will give you longer pieces in your kit. That's because I never cut straight. If I didn't cut straight, you're good. And this is tear tape. So we'll just tear it, and then we'll do it again on this edge. So I want to make sure I'm on the right edge. So yeah, okay, I guess it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. Yeah, it should be okay. Okay. I want to get it as snug as we can to that edge. There we go. And that's our 2 pieces. One here and one there. So we'll start with one side first. Line that up. We just want to cover that white. And we're just going to peel this one back just a wee bit so we know we get it straight. And I'm lining the, actually I should line the bottom. No, I should line the top, sorry. No. Like this. And then, can you see that? Okay. And then I'm gonna also peel a bit of the bottom. I should go to the outside, not the inside. This way. So then that'll hold it in position. So now I'm just gonna, oops, I slipped. Just line that up. Line that up. And now we just take this, line that up over the tape. So we get our one side. And it should actually line up right to the edge of that tear and tape and go straight up. And if we did it right, we should be straight. In theory, we should be straight. Let's make sure. There we go. And now I can just pull the rest off, and we got that 1/4 inch perfect. Yeah, woohoo! That just tells me where I am. Okay, now we'll do the other side. I know that looks a little complicated, but it really isn't. Sometimes I can't get in there with my fingernails, so I just use my take your pick tool. So we're going to repeat the process again on the other side. I just don't trust myself in making sure I get it lined up properly, so I double line it. This is what I call double lining. Making sure I'm lined up at the top as well as the bottom, because we'll just trim off the excess. And again, making sure I've got all my white covered on that side and my white covered on this side, and bottoms are all lined up. Yeah, and I should be able to go straight up, I think. There we go. And pull that off. Pretty good. Now, along the top, now you'll have a thicker piece. Mine's just really small because I trimmed it wrong, but you'll have at least a ½ inch at the top, so that now you can just line this up and fold this over. And I use liquid glue to make sure I'm all squared up on that white, and just tuck that like so. And then we're just gonna trim off, again, any excess. Bloop. Bloop. Sweet. There you go. Now this just goes on the front of our card, like this. So we're just gonna grab some liquid glue or tear tape, whatever your preference is. I usually like to put tear tape along there just to hold that flap down. But it'll work. It'll work just fine. Oh, I'm a little crooked here. Oops. That's okay. This is likely just going to my mom anyway. Oh, is she listening? Okay. There you go. Now, so now you have this. Now to hide this ugliness, this should just fit over top. And you can just center that. If it's not the exact same size, it should have been. Or maybe I just went, looks like I went 1/8 of an inch wider. So we'll just, oops. How about we get it on the paper, not the mat? Lovely. And then we'll just center this on here. As long as it's centered. And it just hides the mess. Hides the mess. There we go. Hides the mess. Oh, I didn't cut that very good. Let me trim that. Oops. Paper's flying everywhere. Let me trim this end here. I didn't trim it properly. Okay, I have glue there, so I'm gonna cover that up so that there we go. And now we just have to stick this on. But before we do that, we gotta put our little 2 flaps on. So we've got 2 gold pieces and 2 more vellums again. So we're gonna add some glue. So I'm just gonna use my tear tape. I'm gonna put a strip of tear tape on this side and another strip over here. There we go. Use my take your pick tool. Where are you? Anyone see my take your pick tool? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, I'm able to rip these off. Oh, perfect. So we're just gonna add our gold piece right there and vellum over here. Oops. Missed the glue, I guess. There we go. And then same thing. So just to show you on the back side, we're just sticking it there on that glue that we just added, that strip, and then putting this one on there. So it's just adding, right? And then we can just glue this whole thing down. So we're just gonna add glue again, all the way around, like so. And center that on the front. No, well, now I didn't use ribbon or embellishments because I felt like it was already enough with the cherry paper along the back. And now you open it up this way and you're good to go. So there is my 2, the ones I made and that one. So what do you think about that? Now, how are we doing for time? 8:07, not so bad. Pretty good. So those are my 2 designs. Now I have a 3rd one, but it's already 8:07, so I don't want to keep you. So yesterday we had team meeting and we shared a mystery challenge. And this was the card that we had to mysteriously solve. And it's a belly band that pops off, uses 1 sheet of designer series paper, and it opens up, and then you have a little pocket here that you can use to put a gift card into, or some cash, and it was one that we shared so in our meeting. So then you just put it back on like so. So I wanted to do that one as my 4th card, but we're already past 8, so I will do it as a video and post it, because what happened was during our team meeting, I forgot to hit record and post it on our page, and we're like, oh no. And one of their challenges, the team challenge, is to actually create this one themselves. They were already created it once, but not everyone was able to finish. So then they had to post it, because when you're doing mystery challenge, you're still not really 100% sure until you see the final design. So most of them didn't have their pieces ready. So this was another one I created. I didn't like the ribbon, but this is the vanilla ribbon that goes with this suite, and I colored it with cherry cobbler. And then this is the Winter Wishes one. So same thing, but this time I used different ribbon and I used different designer series paper. So those are 3 samples. So then I will make another one with all the measurements and everything to share with you. And that would be the 4th one that you'll just see as an extra. So your kit for this week will include all the pieces to make these 3 cards. When you place your order. And then obviously if your order is over $65, then you will get the pack of embellishments as well. So a lot to see. And then if you do place your order this week, then you will also be able to be one of the first people to get invited to my craft sale time slot. So you get one of the first choices, because I give it to anybody that's placed an order with me in the past year. They get first dibs, and then it opens to the public. Okay, so if you have any questions, feel free. Don't forget to like, share, comment, catch the replay, because then it helps me on Facebook. So if you would like to place an order or join my newsletter, don't forget the links are up top. So thanks again for spending Sunday night with me, and we'll see you again on Wednesday. Have a great day. Happy Stampin'. Or I should say great night.